Okay, so hello, Anthony and Liam. Nice to see you here today. Probably not, but the project we are going to do today, it's called My Dream Planet. And we'll do a few things. I will explain what we are going to do. But before we start, before we'll get started, I would like to put you in the right mood to play a really short video about the clangers, and it can be maybe good inspiration for you before we will start working on our dream planet. Okay, so just give me a second.
This is the planet Earth, our planet. It is a small planet wrapped in clouds, but for us it is a very important place. It is home. But supposing we look away from the Earth and travel in our imaginations across the vast starry stretches of outer space. Then we can imagine other stars. Stranger stars by far than ever shone in our night sky. And planets, too. This calm, serene orb, sailing majestically among the myriad stars of the firmament. Perhaps this star, too, is home for somebody. Can we imagine the sort of people that might live on a star like this? Let us go very close. Let us look and listen very carefully. And perhaps we shall see and hear. That is a clanger. And that is another clanger. They seem to have a piece of rope. And now they seem to be having a bit of an argument about their piece of rope.
Okay, have you seen the story about the clangers before? You can just nod with your head, yes or no. No. Okay, so this was just an example how the different planet can look and who can live there, just to give you some inspiration. So what I would like you to do now is to get ready the first art materials what we need, and it's balloon. So the first step is we're going to create a 3D planet. So you need to think about what type of planet you want to create, what is going to be the shape, how big is going to be your planet, and maybe later who lives there, how they look, and what they do there, the creatures, if there is just only the nature, or if somebody is living there. And then we'll do the second thing, which is kind of drawing, to do the drawing of your dream planet. And then for the bigger children, I had prepared a third project, which maybe Anthony can do. And it's going to be some very short story about your creatures who live on your planet. So yeah, 3 different things we can do, but obviously within 1 hour we can't do everything, but just let's take it step by step and start with the first project. So for example, this is my planet. This is my final product to show you what I did. And this planet is called Planet of Love and Kindness. And who live there and what they do, I will show you in a second part of our project together, which is going to be the drawing. So the first thing is to create your planet. Okay, so do you have ready balloons? Did you blow the balloons? You can show me with your head like this or not. Okay, so I think you can see now quite well on this camera, but I will spotlight later the other camera. So let me swap it. Okay, so you have your balloon in some plastic ball or whatever, what will just hold the balloon on a place. You can use anything just to keep it steady in it. Okay, so this is the first step you need to do. You have to blow your balloon, keep some string here for future hanging. When you finish your planet, you maybe want to hang it on some string in your room, maybe. So it's good to keep the string longer. I made a mistake here, I make it too short, so just don't do it. Just blow your balloon and keep the string longer here, then you can tie it and make some loop for future. Okay, and then put your balloon in your ball or whatever, and we can start decorating it. So you have your glue ready next to you and the newspapers. Yeah, I can see the balloon. Yeah, excellent. And PVA glue with the brush. The best thing is probably to show me with your head, yes or no, okay? So there are two options how you can create a planet. You can either have a balloon, or there's another option, quite easy and simple. You can also, let me show you, you can crunch used newspapers or some leaflets or whatever you have available. You can build the ball from the paper. I did two experiments, and this is the result from the one with balloon, and this is the other one, which is made from the papers I'm just showing you. Okay, so you can decide if you want to cover your balloon, or you just build the ball this way. You just keep adding paper and crunching together. And then when you have the planet the right size you want, then you just go with a sellotape over to secure it a little bit and just keep it on a place. And then you can start, covering it with pieces of paper. Okay, let me show you. This is just mini planet, just to quickly show you. Go over like this a few times, and then you have base for your planet. Okay, this is the second option. Obviously, you will make it bigger than this. It's just to show you how you can make it. I saw that you have balloons ready there, so you can put it on some plastic ball or whatever to keep it steady. Yeah, anything, mixing ball, whatever, will just keep it steady. PVA glue, you need a little bit dilute with the water. It's probably 2 parts of PVA glue and 1 part of water, roughly like this. Just make it really, really runny. Let me show you how runny it's the glue. Okay, can you see it? Better the other camera. Okay, so this is how runny it's your glue. So you add some water and you make it more runny like this. Okay, and then when this is ready, we will start covering the planet with the newspapers. Did you tore your newspapers on the pieces? Do you have pieces, newspapers like this? Just nod with your head that I know. Yes, great, brilliant. So you can cover the balloon quite a big area with the glue to start with. Going to be a little bit messy and a little bit fiddly, and then put one piece on it, and second, and then you go with the glue over it. Okay, you can do a few layers with the newspapers to start with, but it can be quite time consuming. So I discovered this second thing with a paper ball. It's maybe a little bit faster, but will quite better is to have a bigger papers really. So this can speed up the process. If you have very small ones, it can take a longer time. So this is what we are doing. So you stick pieces on your future planet, at the moment balloon, and carry on covering it. Okay, oops. It's quite fiddly. So are you managing? Are you covering? I can see Mommy is helping. That's great. You are giving her a newspapers. Okay, so you can do few layers just only with the newspapers, but what I discovered, then if you want to do some nice painting over, you can see the newspapers through it. So my trick is to do the last layer with the white paper. That's why in the list of art materials was one white paper, also like print paper or whatever you have, to avoid the newspaper that you can see them through, and you don't need to use that thick layer of paint. So when you cover all the balloon with the newspapers, you can do another layer of newspapers, but I think it's not necessary. I did a lot of them on my first planet you saw, and oh, it's just time consuming. I don't think it's necessary to do it. So I can't really see what is happening there. Just I can see just a little bit of your yellow balloon. Yeah, I see. Are you covering already with white paper? Yeah, this is what you are doing. And yeah, oh, brilliant. That's a clever idea. Maybe do it straight away with white paper. Yeah. We can do the painting over it maybe just now, but I think it can be a little bit tricky. So my plan was to start with you today to do this base for your planet, and then next day come back to it when it's dry and do the painting, do the cover it with a layer of paints the way you like. I don't know if this will work straight on a wet paper. You might try, maybe yes, maybe no. But this is something which I think you can manage without me. Once this is dry properly, next day is the best really to do it. You can paint over. So how far you are with your balloon with the covering? I can see just the half of your screen. Yeah, I can see now, maybe nearly half of it. Okay, I keep this thing here until the end because it's quite handy when you're covering it to use it. But then before the end, I cut this piece, or maybe we can do it right now because you still have your string here, okay? So you can cut this, make it shorter, and then go with your paper over it and cover it. So looks like you may be working faster than me, and I also make quite a big planet this time. Looks like your balloon is nearly covered with the papers. You just have just small area underneath I can see with no paints, with no papers on it. So looks like we are quite fast workers. I don't think I'm so quick. This is my first layer, and then I will go with white papers over it to cover the newspapers. Okay, so if you finish your sticking the papers on your balloon, just give me some indication that I know you're done. I'm not going to cover all of it. It's just really to show you and demonstrate how to do it. Just make sure that you don't have any creases and any, you know, bubbles with air. So it's good to go with your fingers over these creases and just release the air from it. Okay, let's pretend this is how I want it, and it's like all of it covered. I will wait for you to let me know that you are in the stage. You can do the painting. So in the meantime, you can start thinking about your planet. What will be the name of it? Who is living there? And how they are called, the creatures there, if they live there, what they like to do, what they like to eat, if they eat something. So I'll just move this over. This is my final one. You can see the one I did before. And then I'm going to try if this is going to work right now on. I can see, do you have all your ball covered with white paper? Can you nod with your head, yes or no? Have you finished the covering of your ball? Yes? Can you do this for me or this? Have you finished? No. Okay. She's still covering, but I can see most of it. It's nearly done. I'm not sure if this is going to work on this gluey surface, but it might. So I'm going to use different colors for this other planet now. Do some more like green color. So you will have ready your planet. And you can mix the colors. I hope you have some paints ready. And we can start painting. Let me do the experiment, how this is going to work on wet gluey surface. It might. Okay, so I'm going to mix some green color using blue and yellow. And just to try if this is going to work. Yeah, I think it's fine. I thought you're going to work much slower, but you're quite fast worker, so we might be able to finish this together, which is great. So I'll do this small ball. This is not really finished properly. So I have another one ready here. So I see you're getting ready your paints. Yeah, is this correct? Great. So you can now decide the colors you're going to use. See, my planet is called Planet of Love and Kindness. So you can see there's a lot of blue and white and pink. The pink is the favorite color really of my creatures who live there. But you can have completely different colors. So this one I'm going to do more green and yellow. And you can use the colors you like. And then we'll move to the other step. Okay. You can have all planet painted with one color, but you can also use a few more colors, but just only always think about the mixing. Too many colors can create some not really great effect, so just think about the mixing. Do not mix too many of them. So I'm just using green and yellow. This is looking like some green planet with some nice nature there. I don't know how this planet is going to be called, but I know there is a beautiful nature there. There's a lot of trees and bushes and the flowers. It's kind of like a garden type of planet or nature reserve type of planet. And I can see you are using red color. And you're coloring your, yeah, I can see a different color now, blue, red and blue. Yeah, this is looking nice. First I was thinking about kind of like rainbow planet when I was doing the first one. But it turned into this pinky creation. So sometimes you plan something and then while you are doing it, it just suddenly change. Okay, so adding some more yellow now into my greeny nature planet. And I can see you are gently and carefully using red and blue. This is looking good. I just wonder how this your planet is going to be called and what kind of creatures are going to live there. So I'm nearly done with my planet. This one is smaller, so it's easier and faster to decorate it. It is looking like this is nearly done. I have some bits and pieces to cover. I'm nearly done. It's good to have a wet wipes ready, handy. This is quite messy project. Okay, so I think my green nature planet is done now. And I will wait until you finish your coloring. Looks a little bit like cabbage. Have a look at this funny green cabbagey shape and color. Okay, so that's my planet. And I will wait for you. Let's say we have roughly like 5 more minutes to finish this part of our project, okay? Looks like you are working both together on the same planet. Looks like it is teamwork, what you are doing there. It's great. I like it. I can put the paints away. And now I'm going to put here the planet I'm working on. The planet of love and kindness. So I see you're working together, Anthony and Liam, on one planet, and this is really great. You can see just a few white bits there which you need to paint. See, if you can have maybe a little bit bigger brush. I see your brush is quite fine and might maybe take quite a long time to paint over. So ideally some bigger flat brush like this, if you have some, will be useful and will help you to speed up all the painting if you have some. And I see you're adding now yellow. Oh, you're using sponge. That's a good idea. That's really great idea to use a sponge. That's really great work. So you can see there's some blue, red, and a big piece of yellow. It's a very colorful and cheerful planet. I bet there will be some very happy creatures living there. Okay, so you're now turning and just doing the final touches on the top of your planet. Do you think you can take it closer to camera now that I can see all the planet, how you finish it? See, it looks like it's finished. Oh, brilliant. Lovely. I can see a lot of lovely colors, yellow and blue and red. Very cheerful and colorful. Great. You can put it on a side now. Thank you. And I will ask you later how it went and how you enjoyed when we finish all our work together. So let's move then to the second part of it. And I hope you have ready some papers. Do you have ready some papers in front of you? Okay. And some pencils or crayons. Okay, so I need to have a look again on your faces. Some pencils or crayons. Can you nod with the head like this on or that? Do you? Perfect. So then the second part of the project is to do the drawing, which will show how it is looking on your planet. If there are some houses or if there is just the nature, if they live some creatures there and what they do, what is their favorite food and all these things. So I will show you what I did so far. It's not finished. I just did some bit of it to show you my ideas, but I don't want you to copy my work. I would like you to use your own imagination and think about your own planet and who live there and how it looks if somebody lives there. So you saw the clangers at the beginning, and you can think about some completely different creatures. Okay, so I will just show you quickly what is happening on my planet, and then you have some ideas, and then you can start creating your own planets. So I have few houses here, as you see, and all of them, they have rounded shapes. I think the rounded shapes are kind of like nurturing shapes. I just like them. So my houses are very colorful and have rounded shapes. And if you have a look at them, they look like a smiley and happy. So also the windows, they have the shapes of the smiley faces. So this is how my houses are looking. They're not finished yet, but this is roughly the idea about the houses. Because this is a planet of love and kindness, you can see trees are very special They are green, but the shapes are also shape of love hearts. So these are the trees which are there, and also some of them have little smiley faces. The creatures who live there are called Pinkertons because their favorite color is pink color. So you can see one here. This is a mummy Pinkerton, and she's carrying a baby in a pram. But you notice maybe one special thing about them: they don't have legs. They have 4 wheels, all of them. So they don't need to use cars. They don't need to pollute their planet because they can travel everywhere on their own wheels. So you can see the mommy here with the baby, and then you can see 2 little Pinkertons playing here. They are also on the wheels, and they are also kind of like animal looking things called, this is like Dogaton and this is Cataton. So this is just a small inspiration for you from my planet, okay, because this is planet of love and kindness, and then the creatures there, they love pink color, they are called Pinkertons. By the way, their favorite food is strawberry soup. But you can create something completely different, okay? And you can also write the little writings underneath of them, how they are called and what they do. So this is the second part of the project, and you can start working on it now. So just sit quietly for a moment. Maybe you can close your eyes if you don't have any ideas, and you can start creating your creations who lives on your planet. Maybe you know the name of the planet already. Maybe it will pop into your head later. Okay, is this clear enough? Yeah, okay, great. So you can start doing your own creations, and I'm going to carry on those. And I can also tell you what was the plan, the third project, when we finish all of these paintings and drawings for all the children. I think Anthony, you can make it maybe. I had a plan to give you a small task, if you fancy it, to create a little story, write a little story about one day on this planet. How is the life there? What the creations, what they used to do. So while we are drawing, I can tell you about my Pinkertons, what they do. The main thing is, and the main feature of my planet is that the people are very loving and caring, or creations, yeah, and they're helping each other. There's nothing like bullying or something like this. They just live there in love and peace, and they are enjoying living together. And when a child is born, it's really surrounded by people who are very loving and caring, and teaching the child slowly different skills. They're not in a hurry, they're not in a rush, they're just very patiently explaining how to live on this planet. And when the child is bigger, around 6, 7, then they start to go to school. But the school is very special school. Every classroom has a big, thick, rounded carpet in the middle of the classroom, and kids, they sit around in a circle on this rounded, thick, fluffy carpet, and they do a lot of work together on this carpet. The teacher is explaining them things and letting them try the things, and yeah, when they need to do some writings, obviously they have also some desks there, but a lot of work is happening on this carpet. They can see each other very easily and clearly because they sit in a circle, and they can interact and cooperate together much easier rather than when you sit in a rows in a classroom. So this is how the classroom is looking. And obviously the teacher is a very kind person because this is planet of kindness and love. So it has to be kind teacher, kind and patient. And they also have a lot of outdoor learnings. So you see this. By the way, this is the classroom, the school, the big building on the back, and this is school. Let me put the writing there. Yeah, they do also a lot of outdoor learning because they just love nature. They really love nature. I don't know if you noticed that the grass is pink color there. As I said, they really like a lot of pink color. So yeah, and at the trees they also have kind of pinkish red trunks. Yeah, so to do outdoor learnings, as I said. So when the teachers see that the children are tired and they're just not processing more the knowledge, then she just will take them outdoors, and they will do some exercises and play together and observe the nature and learn outdoors. Yeah, they have quite often nice weather, so that's a good thing that they can spend a lot of time outdoors. You know, they don't have quite often raining and cold weathers there, so that's easy for them to do outdoor learning. This is what they do. So you heard my story about the school in Pinkerton, and I'm looking forward to hear your stories about your creatures in your planet. So I can now see your drawings. So I just need to check on you how far you are. If you created something, can you show me on a camera how far you are with your drawings? Do you need some more time? Yeah, I see. Can you put it closer to camera, please? A little bit. I see some houses and I see some creatures. Perfect. Yeah. Yeah, thank you very much. You can carry on. And there's another one, very colorful and very expressive, really looking good as well. Yeah, thank you. Okay. So do we need more time to work on it? 5 more minutes? Yeah, okay. So I'm using watercolor crayons. So as you see, I first did the drawings and then I'm activating the paint with water. I'm using brush with the water. And now it is looking like a painting, but whatever you have available, it's perfect. You doesn't need to do exactly the same thing like me. It's more about thinking and using your imagination about the creatures who live in your planet and how it looks. And I'm really, really looking forward to hear your stories. So I think at the moment I will consider this as clear instruction for people to follow. Obviously it needs some more time to do all these details, but you have some ideas and inspiration for your work. I will just write it down here. This is Catterton and this is Doggerton, and these are Pinkertons. And the reason I said, because they really like pink color. I hope that you had a good time with creating your dream planet, and I'm looking forward to hear your stories, and yeah, maybe you can tell me something about them.